Hello everyone and welcome to the Sources Corner. So, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, you know, the longest title in the history of titles, finally came out. And it's giving us a lot of topics to talk about. A lot of interesting topics. We are not talking about one of those. So, ASUKA, Langley Shikinami, and Kensuke Aida. Is it a thing? What a question. First of all, it's important to acknowledge that there were some leaks before the movie came out where it was apparently, presumably, announced that this was going to be a couple. Many people went nuts! And later it was debunked and la da 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 da. The movie finally came out and I thought, hey, why don't we analyze this? Because everybody came to the conclusion that it was a misunderstanding. So, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to put all the shit on the table, guys. Why? Because I can! Because analyzing is fun! Because it's fun!
The very first time we see both Kensuke and ASUKA on screen, it's very clear they at least have some sense of trust between each other. She seems to be comfortable around him, and most importantly, treats him with respect, which coming from ASUKA really means something. Kensuke calls her guest or Shikinami, while ASUKA calls him Ken. It's very clear from the start that both are really close. It's been 14 years since 2.0, and a lot has happened since then. So despite the lack of development, it's understandable that most of it happened off-screen.
In fact, somebody's asking, why do you care? Well, my friends, Kensuke Aida is my favorite Evangelion character. Yes, I don't care. You don't choose who you love. So finally he's in the spotlight. In a bizarre way. But I don't mind. Because love is love. So, to talk about this topic, we're going to divide this video into 3 categories. The first segment is going to be Kensuke as a father figure, and why there's some stuff that supports that vision or theory. The other one is going to be Kensuke as a lover, and why there's some stuff that support the theory. And the last one is going to be my final thoughts or my perception of this relationship. And I know that Hideaki Anno, the creator, had some things to say about this relationship. I know. Don't worry. We'll get to that. So now, with any further ado, let's get on with the video, guys. Let's do this!
Since this version of ASUKA never had a family to begin with and has suffered with constant need of approval and recognition because of her nature as a clone, seeing Kensuke as a father figure would make sense, actually. Even comparing this version of ASUKA with her original version in NGE, this ending would make sense after having no home to return to and no father figure to guide her, at least one she didn't want to fuck! One of ASUKA's main personality traits has always been her need of approval, not only as a pilot, but as a woman. This is what led her to be attracted to Kaji and be constantly around him, flirting with him, despite him rejecting her due to her age.
I mean it, Kashi! If it's with you, then all of that stuff is totally okay! Kissing, and what's after that, even?
ASUKA, you're still a child. Those things can wait until you've grown up a little.
Huh? But why? Can't you see that I've already grown enough? I am a grown-up! Just look at me, Kashi!
This is also something that apparently happens in her relationship with Shinji. The attraction between them has always felt very toxic to me. Like a couple of kids that have no clue what is happening in their lives and between themselves. On the other side, we have Kensuke, who, after the end of the world, has changed a lot. He's no longer this idealistic, naive, and eccentric kid, and has definitely grown up a lot. He's now a responsible man who takes care of the community, is also a teacher, and helped a ton of people to survive with his own camping skills. AKA, he's a Chad! It makes sense that ASUKA can see him as a father figure, similar to the same way Shinji sees him during the movie. Kinda like a big brother of sorts. The love and support he shows to both of them is the love of a responsible adult. Not a needy one like Misato's. I'm sorry to all Misato fans, but it's just true. Kensuke represents a home to Asuka, something she never had neither in the rebuilds nor in NGE, and also represents an honest relationship with a man where she doesn't have to use sexuality to feel loved. Unlike Kaji and Shinji, where she needed their attention and affection because of her own insecurities. She found somebody who genuinely loves her and gave her a home. Now, let's get to the fun part. Personally, I feel the whole curse of Evangelion, so the pilots never age, is just fucking stupid. It's just a dumb excuse that Anno created so he didn't have to sacrifice that sweet merchandising and redesigning his most popular characters. I mean, don't fix what's not broken, right? Money. This is where we have to wonder. Asuka's body is the one of a minor, but mentally she's like 28, right? Just like Kensuke, because it's never implied that she can't grow up mentally, or I don't know. This whole thing is a mess. If Asuka never aged emotionally, well, then the first option, the father figure, makes more sense, obviously. But for the sake of the argument in this segment, let's assume that she has aged emotionally and both her and Kensuke are adults. Yes. I understand why a lot of people feel this is kind of weird, and I understand, like, I get it, boys. It's strange. But if you feel that about this too, what about the relationship between Mari and Shinji, man? That shit's fucked! I mean, she's like 50, man! he's 14! What the fuck? But I'm getting on the topic here, so let's go back to it. Asuka walks naked around Kensuke's house using his jacket, I mean his clothes, even having conversations with him while showing her tits? I mean, it's weird. I don't know you, but if I had a daughter, I would not feel comfortable with this. I mean, do you think this is normal? I mean, this would make sense if both were lovers, but as father/daughter? Ay. You fool! She's walking around naked because she's desensitized. After everything she's been through, she doesn't care anymore. She's naked in front of Shinji, and also semi-naked in front of Rei. She's not embarrassed anymore. I kind of understand this explanation, yes, but Shinji sees her accidentally. She didn't plan that. And the same with Rei. She's not walking around naked on the town. No, she's covering herself. She's not fully covering herself while Kensuke's around. Not even when she's talking directly to him. I don't know you, but this raises a lot of questions. To be fair, I just think Anno had Asuka naked most of the time just because he's, kind of a perv and wanted an excuse for dumb fan service, but this is, I don't know. It feels like another type of intimacy for me. Nonetheless, it affects the product, man, and how the relationship can be perceived.
Okay, so was Kensuke a pedophile, y'all? Like, let's answer this philosophical question.
Okay, absolutely. And any suggestion that he isn't is just a cope on Asuka fans trying to deny what has been happening in that shack in the middle of the woods for the past 14 years.
Ken's putting his pen up in her.
Oh my god.
Today's video is sponsored by... yeah, right. I don't have any sponsors.
There are other things that kind of support this theory, like Asuka smiling like once in the entire film and he's while speaking to Kensuke, and look at that smile! And why are you showing your tits, Asuka? Please stop! Cover yourself! What is happening? What is going on here? She even blushes in a cute manner when she's filmed by him and even allows him to. I've read that apparently the animator was instructed to animate this scene as if they were a couple by one of the directors, which only tells me that nobody knew exactly what they were doing and where this shit was going. Then there's the other factor, and that's that Kensuke has a crush on Asuka in other Evangelion media, like the manga, the game Girlfriend of Steel 2nd, and the manga adaptation of the game Angelic Day 2nd. I mean, even in Puchieva school. Oh. Oh my god. Oh god. It's just strange to me that Anno would choose this guy as a father figure he wanted for her to have, knowing the history these two characters have in other Evangelion media. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, I don't know. Even though they don't interact directly in 2.0, he does show interest in her in a brief scene. And I know that Anno said he's a father figure and it came out to confirm it. I don't care. If the creator has to come to clarify something, maybe you should have written it better. I prefer a product that speaks for itself, not just the creator to come out and clarify stuff. I hate when people do that. J.K. Rowling. Asuka Seiyu also came out saying that she preferred the father-daughter relationship idea because of the age gap that was too weird. I do have the impression that Anno's explanation is kind of an answer to that idea as well, and also so Asushin fans don't crucify him or burn the studio down. What about Mari then, Anno? She's like, what, 50, 40? Shinji's only 14, you fucking creep! Then we have this manga, 120 minutes, that is supposed to be a prequel to Evangelion 3.0, canonically, where we can see that Asuka may still have feelings for Shinji. So a lot of people take this as, oh, you see, there's no way she can like Kensuke, she still likes Shinji. Guys, you do realize you can be attracted to, you know, two people at the same time? Come on. It's been 14 years, man. 14 years. I'm pretty sure a lot of things have happened. Maybe she still likes Shinji, or she thinks she does, and she needs to heal that wound, you know, like she did in this movie. Maybe she does like Kensuke, but she doesn't know in which way yet. Guys, this doesn't prove anything in my eyes. I'm sorry. Then there's the fact that Asuka saw Kensuke during the instrumentality. And, I mean, when you saw somebody during the instrumentality in the original show, like in the end of Evangelion, it usually was somebody you wanted to, I don't know, you get it. Also in the manga, in instrumentality, Asuka saw Kaji, so I mean, can you guys feel the connection? I understand that many people believe in Anno's words. I mean, after all, the creator's words are just like gospel to many fans, but I don't know. To me, because of this, just their relationship feels as if it wasn't planned out well, or they were just making it out of the spot and they had many ideas behind it and they cut stuff from the movie or they changed stuff, so we just it's too ambiguous for its own good.
So, which one is it? Is he a father figure to Asuka? Is he a lover? The answer is... it doesn't matter. The movie is a mess anyway.
You want to see them as father/daughter? It makes sense, and it works. You want to see them as brother/sister? It makes sense, and it works. You want to see them as lovers? It makes sense, and it works. They all work. The core idea to me is the fact that Kensuke means the world to Asuka and gave her a home to call her own. I think the way you want to interpret their relationship doesn't change that factor. Personally, I like it half and half. I like to imagine that Kensuke is doing his own shit and taking care of the community, and Asuka sees him as an authority figure and somebody she can trust and kind of has a crush on him. That's the kind of impression I got from the film. But maybe he is like not taking that type of step because he's just in a very different place, but she doesn't really want to accept the fact that she sees him as something else. That's at least the way I see it. I think it fits in kind of a half and half. I think there's something more than just friends, but not yet. But, well, we don't know.
And it's not that I ship them. Well, maybe a little. Maybe a bit. Okay, maybe I ship them.
The only thing that really makes me happy is that my boy Kensuke is finally, being important. And people are talking about him, even if it's just to fucking rant, because it's just fun. the most important thing about this is that it doesn't matter what the answer is. This shit show, it's just fucking fun. I fucking love this. God damn it, I love being an Eva fan!
And that's all. I wanted to get that shit off my chest. Thank you very much for watching, and, well, we'll see each other next time. This was the Source's Corner, and
Nicholas? Nicholas, what are you doing in there?
Mom! I'm recording a video!
A video?
Yes!
Why are you making a video? Are you shipping characters again? Why? The doctor told you that was bad for you. You shouldn't ship characters at your age. You're in your 30s, Nicholas.
Mom!